Okay, today we're going to talk about modifying major triads into the other types of triads. And we need to know all four types of these triads. Although the augmented triad is going to be used the least, by far the least of these four, especially in the type of music that we're looking at in this course, being classical period and early romantic music. So the first thing you need to know is what the model looks like for modifying one. So here we have a triad. This is our model major triad. So root, third, and fifth are the three notes that are in the triad, and that is C, E, G in the case of a C chord. If we want to modify a C major chord into C minor, we will go C, E flat, G. And if we want to modify into a diminished chord, C, E, G will become C, E flat, G flat. C augmented chord would be C, E, back to the regular major third, C, E, G sharp. Now, this works, we memorized all of our major triads a few lessons ago, and you should have those in your mind like flashcard speed by now. The only other thing I need to add to this is you take whatever that information was from memorizing your major triads, you put it in here, and then you alter it according to this formula. Now, this flat is not always going to be a flat. What this really means is you lower the third a half step, lower the fifth a half step, lower the third a half step, and raise the fifth a half step. This means you go back to your major third, the one you used here in the first chord. So if we wanted to take, let's say D major, D, F sharp, A. Our regular third is F sharp. That's our starting point on all of the third line. So when we get to our D minor chord, we need D, F sharp, A to change to D, F natural, A. So we did not say D, F flat, A. We just lowered that F sharp a half step. And when you lower a F sharp by a half step, F sharp comes down here to F natural. You can't change the letter. It has to stay the same three letters, D, F, A. And then you use your accidentals to make all of those changes to the triad. Okay, this will get you all of your, if you know your 12 major triads and you know how to modify each one of them into these four types, you know all of the possible triads that are in Western music. You have mastered all of them by just memorizing those 12 and then memorizing how to modify each of the major ones into minor, diminished, and augmented. Now, these symbols that I'm using here for major, minor, diminished, and augmented, these are kind of jazz symbols. It's a shorthand. Some people, if you maybe you have a textbook, your textbook might say MA for major and MI for minor. Or some will use a capital M and a lowercase m. I like these symbols, so that's what I generally use. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next lesson.